Good morning, welcome to Sun Up on 7. It's Friday, and as always, every Friday we try to bring you the best of art, the best of local talent that we have in the country. And right now in this segment, we're joined by Miss Raquel Rodriguez of Raquel-ART and two of her students from her art classes. And Miss Raquel, I gotta commend the work that you're doing in Belmopan and inputting and giving a contribution to your art. And I gotta say, I've been following your Instagram, and I've been seeing that mural that you're working on. We're gonna be talking about that shortly, but I look forward to driving through Belmopan and seeing that mural. Up to now, it looks amazing, and I'm sure it will not disappoint. But let's just do a quick check-in and see how you're doing.
Well, we're doing
How are you?
great.
Yeah?
We're doing great. Actually, the art school is doing really good. I mean, everything started from scratch. So I've been an artist for all my life. I am much older than I would like to say, but
you don't have to
but
say
I
it,
know,
don't
I
worry.
won't say that.
Yeah.
So I've been doing art all my life, especially when I was a kid in school. I tell my students that what I need to do, and I always keep forgetting to do this, is to bring some of my paintings that I've done since in the 90s, and I still have them at home.
Okay.
So I was telling the kids, like, I need to bring those things and put it on the wall, so you guys can understand that at your age, I actually started painting as well. Back then, though, you get the parents saying, you know, you can't eat your art, like that's not really something you want to go into. So not like today. Today, I think that parents are more proactive with art, and they're pushing their kids way more to be more cultured in this society in Belize, because we're like one of the last countries to join on the bandwagon of art. But we are trying to accommodate for the kids, and it's really funny. It's a funny story how this all came about. I like to share this with all the students, all the parents. Even when I do exhibitions and things, I try to give this out as like a little intro icebreaker. So I did art. I've been doing art for a long time. And then when I was living in Guatemala for a while because I was teaching. Then when I came back to Belize, I'm a business person, so I opened up a new business. And then I'm like, you know what? I think I'm ready to just throw everything up in the air and really go for my art. I don't know if I'm gonna be living on the streets, but I'm pretty sure my family will help me out. So
You took a leap of faith. No?
I went, leap of faith, a total leap of faith, and I jumped for it, and I threw it all in there, all my savings, everything I had.
Wow.
I bought whatever I needed to buy to start my business, and I really went for it. And when I did that, it was really scary at first. And by no means I'm trying to tell kids to stop school and do something like this, because school is very important, guys. And I tell my students that all the time, you can venture into art, but make sure you have your degrees first. And so first and foremost, your education. But when I jumped into it, I must say there was this feeling of energy that just vibrated through me. So lots of people tell me now when they meet me, I'm hyper,
Yeah,
and
you
all
are.
that stuff.
I love it. I love
it's
it.
just that every day you get to do what you love, so you can't wait to go sleep and wake up. You can't wait to wake up. You can't wait to go to your little studio.
That's
You
true.
cannot wait to get on social media when you're done and show the whole world what you did.
Yeah.
You know, so that vibe and that energy comes from doing what you love and your passion.
You know,
So,
it goes back to
yeah.
the saying, you know, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your
Exactly.
life. So basically,
Yeah.
you're a living
We can
testimony of that.
feel it.
Yes.
So Miss Raquel, you have two young ladies with us.
Yes.
Can you please introduce them? They're your students,
Yes,
aren't they?
they are my students. And these are my teen girls, and they are pretty much my support system, because whenever we do things and we're publicly showing off our art, I tend to lean on the girls a lot, because they are really outgoing and they're older, and their parents, oh man, I have to thank their parents, because the parents have really allowed me to plant that seed and water that seed. So I must thank the parents for always lending Raquel their kids. So
It's always
we have
supporting to have
Naisha. Yes,
supportive
so supportive,
Yeah,
so
supportive parents. Big
best
up on
parents
yourself, all supportive
ever.
parents out there.
What are your names? Let's
Names.
Yeah,
We have Naija. You guys are done.
My name is Naira Zay.
from Belmopan. Yep. And yours?
My name is Amaya McCoy.
Amaya McCoy.
Okay.
Awesome. So let's talk about the art classes, and let's hear the point of view from the students. I mean, how have the art classes been for you?
It's good. I enjoy going there. Miss Raquel always makes it fun. We love going in there, painting and sometimes we listen to music and we just laugh every time we're there. And it's really fun going.
It's a good vibe, you know, be able to laugh and paint and mess up. I see your shirt is a little bit messed up with paint, so you're getting it done. You're getting it done.
You should see the walls inside our school.
So I want to look at you.
Messy.
Tell me, what is your favorite part about, you know, being in these art classes?
Well, to me, my favorite part of being in art class is the exposure that we get from our exhibition and meeting new artists when we're doing the mural, because you know, now when you meet new people, you can have these connections. So when you're out somewhere, you can have all this help and support.
Really good answer, girl. I like that. I like that. You know, exposure and connections. I mean, from young, understanding that you need to build those relationships, that's super important. Awesome. I love that. And the fact that you allow them to come out of their shells, because young people need exposure. They need to be put in places that they're able, you know, to fly a little bit, if you want to call it that. Exactly. So I appreciate that part of the art classes. And so tell me a little bit about your pieces, because they range. So I know you venture into abstract art and that expression there. Could you tell us a little bit about why abstract?
Okay, so like I mentioned before, I am an artist first and foremost. And that means that we sell who we are, or we show the world who we are. And my style is abstract expressionism. And that's just a fancy word for something that twists reality into the way you want to see it. So instead of the sun being round, I can do it triangle and paint it purple or whatever. But you will kind of know it's still that sun.
Okay.
So that's what we do. We take reality, we twist it, and we make it our own. And that's the fun part, I think, about my art. So when I opened up the school, I had 7 years of experience teaching, right?
Okay.
But I was not teaching art. So I had 7 years of teaching in Guatemala, I told you. And when I opened up the school, it was a really funny story. And this is a story that I would tell everybody, that I was covered in more paint than this, if you could believe that. And I ran to a store in Belmopan for some water or something. And the lady in there stopped me and she's like, "Hey, are you an artist?" And I said, "Yes." And then she said, "Oh my gosh, can I have your number? I would love for my daughter to do some art," because during coronavirus, they're only doing Zoom classes and there is nothing for them to maybe stimulate their minds or distract them, have a way for them to express themselves. So that cultural part of it is really important because remember, creativity is definitely necessary in education. So when she approached me, I kind of like stopped going to the store because I was really scared. I was like, no, I don't know if I can do that. I am doing really well because I do murals. I do for local businesses in Belmopan. I sell home decor art, so you can come and tell me like, well, my curtains are green and my bedspread's that color, and I make something to match your house. Or you can buy something that I have done from inspiration. But to teach art, to teach young people how to hold a brush, I don't think I knew how to do that.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of trial and errors, and I love the parents who paid me and allowed me to go through the trial and errors, and they still love me, even though the first ones weren't like, I'm like, come back for a free course, please, because back then I didn't know what I was doing. But now, because we did it on Zoom, and it was totally like not the best. But anyways, some of the moms watching would probably be like, yeah. But then they kept coming back because I kept talking to them and go like, you know, I could give you some free classes or something, just or extra classes, just so I can get up to speed. And so when I did finally make it back to that store, and the lady was like, come on, we were waiting for you, you know. I'm like, all right, I'm finally ready. You can come to my studio. So that the art school bloomed inside a little studio. And then the little studio is still there, but the girls like to pack up in there because of the AC. But I slowly but surely, since January 2021 until now, that's the school. That's how much time the school has been going on.
So you do
and these girls,
abstract expressionism.
Yes.
How about you? I can't pronounce your name. Naija Namaya. What kind of art do you do? Let's start with Amaya. What kind of image do you want to put out there? What's your thing that you go for?
Well, what I really go for, it to me doesn't really matter as long as when I paint it, I put my all in it, so you feel what I'm painting. But what I'm really interested in is maybe abstract art, because you know when you paint it, it's so open. You just put different colors, and people enjoy that kind of art because it's modern art now.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 15.
15, and how long you've been painting?
I've been painting from a young age, but when I started with Miss Raquel, it's been about 2 months now.
Okay.
Nice.
And how do you feel about your skills changing since you started
It
classes?
has really grown from since then because I've learned so many different techniques. I've seen different types of art, and it made me wonder what type of art that I can do.
Okay. How about you, Nija? What kind of art do you like to do?
I sometimes do realism, and when we go to class sometimes, I'm not sure what I want to paint, but like we would go online and we would find something and I would try to do that, but I would put sometimes my own like twist to it. And I like when we had the art exhibition and there was a lot of different artists there, and I got to see the different type of paintings. And because when I tend to do my paintings in class, I try to get every detail, and once there's one little line out, I have to try and fix that.
You're perfectionist. I know about that.
Yes.
Hence
So
realism.
that's why Miss Raquel wanted me to also go out to the art exhibition and see how other people did the abstract art, so that I could try to get used to that and not so perfect with my art.
Okay, so
I like that.
the same question I asked Amaya. How long have you been painting?
When I was small, I used to do like arts and crafts and paintings, and when I was in primary school, we had like clubs, and I was in a painting and beautification clubs. But when I started at Miss Raquel, it's been for about 3 months now. So
Oh, wow. I really like that you guys can identify which art really speaks to you, and your comment about how you just paint. And, you know, whatever comes out, that's basically what happens. And the same thing with you. You don't even know what you're going to paint. And it just, you go look at something like, I'm going to add my twist to it.
Yeah.
But that's so important that people don't have to just think, you know what, I'm going to know exactly what I'm going to paint, because you're expressing yourself. And that's the beauty about art, that it's this canvas that you can paint in any way. And whoever looks at it, they can get whatever they want to get from it. And that's, I guess, with abstract art, that's the form that you go with, right? You know, any interpretation comes from that. So that's really great. At this young age, you're able to express yourselves, and the classes are allowing them to, like I said, spread their wings and be able to learn new techniques, you know, improve their skills. And so in regards to your classes, how much people would you be able to house, and is it available right now for anyone to join?
Yes, okay, that's a really important question. Because of the SI and the virus, we are definitely following guidelines. I do not, most parents know in Belmopan, especially after our exhibition, Freedom Calling, everybody saw us out there because we strategically placed ourselves right at the corner of Ring Road, where it's like Princess Margaret Drive for Belize City, Belmopan, right? So after that, we got lots of calls, lots of messages. However, I wish I could take the entire Belmopan on. I cannot, because I try to adhere. So I don't have classes more than 4 kids at a time. And my classes are almost 2 hours long. So we don't have enough hours in the day. And I can only teach 3 times a week because I also have my business. And so lots of things. And then we teach outside, spreading them out, you know, so it's really difficult. So we're kind of hoping and waiting for this whole thing to blow over, so we can have the kids, more kids involved.
All right.
If they want to join, though, they can find me on Facebook on Raquel-ART, but it's kind of tight right now.
So there's going to be a waiting period.
A little bit, please. Yeah.
Ms. Raquel, I want to talk about this mural. And again, I've seen it on your social media, and I'm excited to see how it's going to end up. I read this article that's going to be one of the longest murals in Belize. I mean, how impressive is that? Tell us, how did that project came about? And what's the design that you want to put out there?
Well, it came about because Ms. Sharon, who's the mayor, she was also my friend and foremost. So she asked me to join forces with her because she found out about this art project that the government wanted to bring out, right? And when it came out, the first thing that came to mind was mural. I am a muralist as well for my business, like I explained, but not on the level. So as an artist, I was told last week by another artist, thank you for not being a selfish artist, because I tried to bring on as many artists as I can. So that was a point that I did not make earlier with our exhibitions and things. We're just starting, guys, because the school just started, and then the school kind of like planted a seed for exhibitions, and then the exhibitions planted the seed for projects. So everything is new. However, since day one, all the artists know, especially in my little hub of Belmopan, because I can't do the whole country, Latawide, but Belmopan itself, I could concentrate. And I had about maybe 15 adult artists on a chat. So I kind of like umbrella them under Raquel-ART, taking them under my wings. And they're pretty young as well, because I call them adult, but they're like 18 to like maybe 30. So they're young adults.
They're adults or young adults?
Young adults, but we also have older artists. So we're kind of like we're kind of like going by generations. We were talking about that earlier, joking around, like, what gen are you? And my daughter keeps telling me I'm a boomer, but we have different generations of artists. And the younger generation, so the millennials and the Gen Zs are the ones that I'm taking under my wings. So the more experienced artists, not so much, right? But that was something that bloomed up. And so when I did my exhibition, I made a little chat group of all the 15 guys that I found out, girls and guys, that I found around Belmopan, and I'm encouraging them, paint something, come out. I will find the money, just come out. Just come out, just come out. Just tell me you want to join, because my girls are ready, my students are ready, but I need you to join, because this must be, like the girls mentioned, must be a collaboration of both adults and students, so that the students can get inspired by the adults and vice versa.
Yeah, it's a good
mixing
breaking the generation.
Exactly,
Breaking the generation.
very important.
That's a brilliant
and
idea.
that also happened on the mural. So it went up in different levels of that mixing, because on the mural we have this mixing going on as well, and that's really important because the wall is so long.
It is.
And I really wanted, I was thinking, and immediately as I thought about that wall, when Mayor told me that she wanted that wall, I was thinking, we need Fernando on this project. The reason I think Fernando Reina is because he is a Cuban Belizean. He came to Belize about 2 years ago, and the passion I have now, he had it then 10 times more.
Wow.
And so, yeah, so it was very, very, it was very inspiring to meet him. And he has been doing, for 10 years, he's been formally trained from the Institute of Arts in Havana, Cuba.
Oh, wow.
And so he brought that to me, and I wanted to give that gift to the country. So by them joining, yes, I'm giving that gift, because I tell the artist he's going to be doing so many things. Come and see how a person who's been experienced with this, because Cuba pushes them to do huge things. And so for him, this is like, yeah, whatever. He just paints it, scratches it, whatever. But for us, it's kind of like mind-blowing. So we have artists coming on.
I definitely look forward to seeing that mural. And as we wrap up this segment, and you have totally inspired me, your energy. And
come on and paint with us.
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
But anybody can come out. I give you a paintbrush.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
All right.
Guide you.
All right,
Yeah,
so-
girls are there to
Yeah,
guide you.
so as we wrap up this segment, I just want to tap into this young two artists.
Definitely.
And I want to know, what are your dreams or your aspirations as it comes to art? How do you see yourself maybe 5-10 years from now as it regards to art and the work that you're doing out there?
Well, so it's something that I enjoy doing, and I see myself like selling these paintings, and I want to maybe do like what Ms. Raquel does, teach students how to paint, sell my paintings, and this mural is a big opportunity for us because it's something that I never thought I would be doing at this age. So it's just something that I really appreciate from Ms. Raquel.
Nice.
For me, like maybe 10 years from now with painting, I'm not sure what I want to do as yet, but I know I would like to get much better in painting and learn much different types of techniques about painting and different types of art. This mural, it has really, opened us up about the different types of art and how many artists are in Belmopan, because we did not know how much we're here.
Really good network.
But
Thank you.
it's really a good experience, like Nisha has mentioned, that, we didn't even see ourselves doing such big things at such a young age. We can be traveling so young, just painting and doing what we love.
I love that. I mean, Miss Raquel, I have to just big you up right now that you have been like imparting not only knowledge, but have been opening eyes for these young people, the networking. And it's a beautiful thing when you can be able to have, like you said, the generational gap come together. And I know that I want to go to Belmopan to be a part of this mural.
Definitely.
Because it shows a sense of ownership when you're able to like put some, even if the one lead line you put that, that line and you could go tell your picnic, Amy put that line, it look good, but it look good, right? And so it's a whole pile of like greatness that I can see, you know, young and old. Well,
Definitely.
seasoned. I'm not saying, oh, I'm saying seasoned.
Community spirit.
Community spirit. So I really love that. And I just want to thank you guys for coming on the show. Thank you for your dreams that you're going to teach and, you know, get new techniques. I love the fact that, you know, it doesn't stop here. And that's beautiful. And so with that, guys, we wrap up this segment. We're looking forward to that finished mural. I mean, if you got a paintbrush, or she gives you paintbrush, guys. She gives you that. So if you're in Belmopan and you want to be able to put your little stick figure or whatever it is in that mural, you need to contact Miss Raquel. They're going to be working on that. If you have classes, you're going to be on the waiting list, but it's worth it, trust me. And so contact her as well when we're back, guys. Do you know how to make a sangria? I don't.
I don't know either.
And my hat, every time I say sangria, my hat falls off. I don't know why. In the intro it happened, and then now, like, guys, my hat wants a sangria now. So you know what? Commercial now and sangria when we get back. So stay tuned.